Hello. Today we are walking along the continuation of Vena Street, not in the direction of Versailles, but the opposite direction. You see, it's become pretty essential that I go shopping, and I plan to go to La Comer, but instead of taking the fast road and walking down Francisco Villa, I'm going to take a longer road and show you a couple of other things along the way that you may be interested in seeing. Oh, I just noticed artwork that I had never seen before, and I'm going to photograph it. This is really cute. How nice. This is in the corner of Brazil Street. Anyhow, there is an area of Paseo del Marlín that has just been repaved, and I am curious to go show it to you. So we're going to take the long route to La Comer, get some groceries, and come back home. Now check it out. Just across the street is the wonderful Bazaar Las Gaviotas. We have explored this bazaar before. We went in and did a walking tour. In fact, it's one of the earliest walking tours we ever did. And it's really awesome. It's an awesome place to go shopping for used stuff. And let me see if I can cross the street. Yes. So you may remember, this is the back end of my neighborhood, La Colonia La Vena. And we have walked in this general direction, but we are going to take a left just ahead. For you to enjoy some unexplored streets. Or they may be familiar to you. What do I know? And here at this OXXO is where we are going to take a left onto the newly paved Paseo del Marlín. Now, we have explored the continuation of this avenue in another walking tour, because this becomes what is known as Avenida de las Torres. But we're not going to go that far. I'm simply going to show you on the show notes where to find that other walking tour. But check it out. And check out all the cars buzzing quickly down this road. Clearly, they haven't installed enough speed bumps just yet, but they will. Now, something that is absolutely amazing about this neighborhood is the trees. Look at how ginormous this tree is right here. I mean, it is just gigantic. Gigantic. I don't know who looks after these gardens, but it's quite interesting to see that in the middle of nowhere there's this cactus section. I don't know who decided to put cacti there, but they're there. What can you expect to find here? Homes, for the most part. There are no businesses in this part of this street. Businesses start later on as we approach the section called Avenida Las Torres. This road was paved in the past few months, although I must confess I've lost track of time with the pandemic. But prior to being paved, it used to be cobblestone, so it took a lot longer to travel along this way. And I know I should know the names of some of the colonias or neighborhoods that we are going to pass, but I don't. Construction workers singing while they're working. How fun is that? Oh look, public transportation. That's good to know. I never know if I'm going to be able to catch a ride on a bus in this neighborhood or not. Now, to orient yourself, if I was to go in that general direction, I would end up at the fireman's station on Francisco Villa, the one that you see when you're headed to Costco along that avenue. We're going to continue forward. Now here's a sight that is increasingly common, finding solar panels on top of roofs. Of course, in this case, the overlap of the solar panel and the traditional tiled roof. Not tiled. What do you call those things? I don't even remember. But the traditional Mexican roof. It's quite interesting to watch. As you can see, a lot has been done to modernize all these roads, or at least some of these intersections, which is good for people that live over here. Of course, we are now walking on a stretch of the road that doesn't even have a sidewalk. Or maybe they have one planned for later on. Although when you think of it, you would imagine that if they went through the trouble of fixing the road, they would have built the sidewalk here at the same time, just as they did on the opposite side. Whoops. And I almost tripped. Somebody commented the other day on the broadcast that it's miraculous that I hold the camera and explain and film and don't trip. Well, I almost did. Across the street, Colegio Ninos Héroes, and I believe it's called that because that's the name of the neighborhood behind it. Ninos Heroes stands for child heroes, and we know the Ninos Heroes to have been important historical figures in the history of Mexico. We talked about them around Independence Day. Okay, let's not get run over here. And then there's a sidewalk again. And I don't know if this is a business or why I'm looking at plants, but check it out. I wonder if this is somebody's shop selling plants or what. We are not going to walk in there uninvited, that's for sure. And the more we head north along this street, the more it starts to diversify. You start seeing businesses here and there. And we are almost at the intersection with Avenida Los Tules. And that's where we're going to take a turn. Buenas tardes. And here we are at the intersection with Avenida de los Tules. I'm going to cross the street and check it out. Look at all the fucking chaos. What's going on here? Well, parents are waiting to pick up their children from school. And what do? They just wait in line here, blocking all the traffic. But that's okay, you know, they're parents, they do whatever they have to do. Now, for our interests, this is where Avenida Las Torres, which is the same avenue we've been walking on, becomes Avenida Las Torres. We have walked this before, but now we're going to head in this direction, try to get past the parents picking up their kids, and we are headed directly towards La Comer, which is 4 or 5 blocks in that general direction. Now, why would the parents choose not to park here in these places? It's a mystery to me. Instead, they block traffic. But while we're here, let me mention this beautiful restaurant across the street. You cannot see it very clearly. It's called Lucumbe, and it's a great restaurant in this neighborhood. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, here we go. This avenue, of course, is a lot more commercial in nature. In fact, many of the buildings along this avenue, even those that may have been conceived originally as residential buildings, have now been converted to business type buildings. And being so close to my place, there's a number of places in this neck of the woods that I enjoy spending time and money at, and I will be so happy to mention them along the way. But you can see there are veterinarians, car wash businesses, restaurants, party supply stores, doctor's offices, a little bit of everything. Okay, so landmarks across the street against the sun, right next to each other. You can see Bonito Kitchen and also Siam Cuisine right next to each other. There's this new makeshift taco place that I have not checked out. And I say makeshift because it's pretty basic. They say they're open, but they're rarely open. There's a traditional candy shop here where I've purchased candy in the past. And we are just 2 short blocks away from La Comer. So we're almost at the end of our walk. There's a very nice plant shop across the street called Plantas y Flores Naturales. And in this last block, before we reach the intersection with Francisco Villa, there's, oh wow, interesting. I've just seen a sign that is new to me. I see here that Sushi In-House, my favorite sushi place in Versalles, is opening a branch here. It says coming soon. I don't know how long that has been there, but it's good to know that they're opening. There's a coffee shop here. There's a bike shop there. And in less than 25 minutes, I find myself almost across the street from La Comer, which is a walk that would have taken a lot less to walk if I had taken Francisco Villa, but I figured I would show you something slightly different. And this is a good moment to stop our broadcast and say thank you for walking with me. I hope you enjoyed this little detour, and I hope to walk with you sometime soon. Thanks for joining me. Ciao.